I guess my learning, just to summarize, is that the cancer Sherpa journey is not an easy one. It calls for a lot of courage and calls for a lot of commitment, as much as the Thriver journey calls for character and courage and commitment.
We obviously have some hygiene factors that we have defined at Cancer Awakens to be a Sherpa. But I think for me, the main thing is for a Sherpa to go through that same journey of self-discovery, of self-awareness, and self-development. It's a continuous journey, and along with the Thriver, we go on that journey. So I guess that is one thing that you need as a Sherpa, and also being open to possibilities, being open to alternatives, and not really being stuck to what has worked for you or what you believe to be the truth for yourself, because there are many versions of the truth. So you have to be open to what the thrivers feel and navigate them through their journey based on the concepts that you know.
The desire to help another reach their own goals of care on their own agenda after they've evaluated the external scientific resources and techniques to evaluate their own inner resources. Quite simply, those two things, and to really help them make their lives as rich as they want to in their eyes. The world of prescription, when you tell someone what to do, as a coach, you're really having them explore for themselves and in a sense, guiding them based on their own convictions, their own desires, where they want to be. And so it's a process. It's a prescribed process. We follow it. We use a little bit of our own flavor, but that process allows us to achieve that endpoint.
Some of our trained Sherpas have indeed opted out after going through the training. And I think some of it is quite natural because the training is quite intense. The expectation from the coaching program is quite intense. And for some people who felt that honestly their life priorities are such that they are not able to give the time or to give the attention, and they've said, look, we don't want to do our clients a disservice by just being halfway there. So we would rather support Cancer Awakens from the outside rather than be active Sherpas. Some of them have dropped out because they felt that it was too painful to be in a cancer coaching environment and deal with the difficult issues of cancer. They felt as if they were not ready to actually get into that space, having now understood what is being asked of them. So some of them have actually said, give us a little more time. We need to be psychologically more resilient and psychologically be more ready to be able to do cancer coaching. So some of them have dropped out for that reason. So I guess my learning, just to summarize, is that the cancer Sherpa journey is not an easy one. It calls for a lot of courage and calls for a lot of commitment, as much as the Thriver journey calls for character and courage and commitment.
It's when we get caught up in words and semantics. And I think it's nice though, because it gives us an idea of where to go, right? Words are like maps, but sometimes emotions, stressors, mental stuff that lies behind that. So we have to be so honest and so open. And that's the kind of atmosphere we like to encourage. So I think that would be the only frustration, but it takes time.
Many thrivers do not spend adequate time on nurturing and nourishing themselves. They feel it's a selfish thing to do. They don't realize that they have to put their mask before they help others. They should think about themselves. It's good to think about their family and their friends and everybody, but they should not neglect themselves in the process.
I've noticed a very interesting thing, that a majority of people are resistant to change. And that even when they are faced with cancer, even when they are faced with a threat to their own life and are facing their own mortality, what I have seen is that a majority of people prefer pain to change.
Biggest thrill is definitely the exploration of someone else's quality of life, someone else's interpretation of the evidence that they will review both externally and internally. And then seeing how potentially this could be connected to inflammation at the cellular level. So, we're going from the person down to the cell, and it's that exploration.
It's when the thrivers have their aha moment, right? Whether they acknowledge our role in the process or not, but through the coaching process, they have this aha moment where they realize something about their lives, which has been there all along and they've not been able to see. And as Sherpas, as we've already explained a lot about Sherpas, we are happy to see that, they are empowered with that knowledge.